Hey guys, Spencer at Z1. Today we're coming to you from the lab. We're going to take a look at Z1's new carbon upgrade shaft for the Q50 and Q60 models. This Driveshaft upgrade is something we've been working on for a few years actually. Very nice piece. I'm going to run through all the features on how it's constructed and why it kind of prevails as the best option over the factory. In OEM configuration, your Q50 or Q60 is equipped with a steel two-piece drive shaft. Manufacturers have been doing this forever to combat noise typically, and also to make sure they can have a safe critical speed rating, which plays into the high end of how fast you can run a shaft. Critical speed is that harmonic, almost like you'd say a drone zone for a drive shaft, where things can start to pulse vibrate to the point where they could come apart and destroy themselves. Nobody ever wants to see that, so if you're going to convert to a one-piece drive shaft which typically have lower calculated critical speeds than a two-piece shaft, you have to do a couple of things. You have to make the shaft much larger, which can be difficult in the tunnel to get clearance around things like the center support bearing bracket on the body, or you can make it lighter, like out of carbon fiber, to help combat it. Z1's carbon shaft is a really nice upgrade in place of your Q50, Q60's two-piece drive shaft. It's got a great rating on critical speeds. You can run them really hard, still hit that high speed stuff when you're at the racetrack or head down to Mexico. And they're significantly lighter. A factory shaft assembly is 26 pounds. This comes in at 13 pounds. Additionally, it's actually got a lower, what they call like spring rate, than aluminum or steel shafts. So when you're hooking up, this actually can be a little bit of a load damper to help get that hook and get away better. A very nice piece compared to the factory. You don't have to worry about maintaining or repairing a center support bearing on the shaft. That's something that we're familiar with on the old Z32s. It was an expensive process. Oftentimes the center support bearing that gets loaded and beat up through its life cycle, the rubber that supports the bearing itself actually will go bad and let the drive shaft sag or kind of get off center. Ultimately, they eventually go bad to the point where the drive shafts will clunk around in the tunnel. A lot of times you'll notice it when you take off. So this is something we're really familiar with working with for since before I've joined on. So I mean, these guys are going on 20 years of working with one-piece shaft conversions, and not uncommon to us. You can't get those parts separate, in a new shaft assembly from Infinity is quite expensive. There are some lower grade options in the aftermarket on the two-piece repair market. It's not stuff we'll choose to use here, unfortunately, just because maintaining at least an OEM or better part is important to us. So let's talk about the part. Up front, we've got a hardened chromoly slip yoke. This is a little extended, so when you look at it next to your two-piece shaft, it will look shorter because you can't fold it to get it in there. But we've added enough reach on the slip yoke to get on that output shaft just fine. We get an extended dust boot protector for your seal. This will go around the tail shaft. This is high-speed steel, machined really nice. And a CV joint up front, rather than a universal joint that, as the shaft gets anywhere off center, will actually have kind of a speeding and slowing of the shaft speed through rotation. CV joints aren't accustomed to that. They're constant velocity, so no vibration induced at that port of the shaft. Very tough, nice OE grade rubber boot on these, and ultimately just makes install really a breeze too, because it just lines up like get it in there. Out back, we've got a machined 6061 companion flange. This is pretty slick, so this mates up with your factory style Guibo. It's got a pilot bushing in there with a dust seal to go over the stem of the pinion gear, and really nice piece, just bolts up all the same. So quiet operation, a little more responsive if you're really in tune with the car, better on the whole shot for sure, and you can kind of get rid of all that lagged weight and the issue that you're going to see with the center support bearing come up. You guys have questions on this? You're trying to figure out what should I do? I'm in there with it. Do I need maybe some exhaust gaskets for the job? Should I address the subframe, bushings or collars, diff bushings at the same time? Maybe add a brace. Those are all great things to see when you're into the car at that. If you're uncertain of maybe what's the right fit for your usage, just reach out to our guys here. They're here to help, and happy to, because they're into this just like you. All right, guys. See you later.